In this Starfield video, I will be sharing with you everything included in today's big update. It just released on Xbox, PC Game Pass, as well as Steam. It's now out of beta and is available everywhere Starfield is available on. Before we do get into the patch notes though, make sure you do subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any future news updates on this game. Also, later on in this video, after we've been through the patch notes, I will be sharing with you some news updates on Starfield unrelated to today's update, so make sure you do stick around for that. Finally, after a few weeks in beta on Steam, update 1.8.86 has released on Xbox, the PC Game Pass version, as well as Steam for everyone who didn't opt in. In terms of download size, it's actually quite big on Xbox. It comes in at around 14.6 gigabytes, whereas on Steam it is around 2 gig. Let's now go through the patch notes, and the big highlight for this update is a PC limited feature and its DLSS support. So they have actually added it. I've been using it in the beta and it definitely really helps this game out, even though they have improved the performance overall without the need of DLSS, but thankfully it's now an option for those of us that have a card that supports it. In the display menu, you will now find DLSS support if you have a card that supports it, and you have the various quality options to choose from, plus DLAA and DLSS frame generation if you do have a 40 series card. Another thing included in terms of Nvidia technologies is reflex low latency. You can toggle it on, off, or on with boost. I typically use on with boost. There have also been some brightness and contrast controls added. Finally, I don't know why they were missing from the base game. There is also HDR calibration as well if you are running the game on Xbox or Windows 11. The other big feature released in this update is the eat button when you see an object that can be ate or drank in the game world. So yes, if you do find a consumable in the game world, so instead of pressing A to put it in your inventory and then you have to navigate to it and eat it, that way now you can just press X and you will instantly eat the object. Onto performance and stability fixes. So they've addressed a number of memory related issues and leaks, plus added some GPU performance optimizations which will be more impactful on higher end cards. They've also improved the renderer threading model, which improves CPU usage, most notably on higher end systems, plus some various stability and performance improvements across the board. In terms of gameplay, they've adjusted stealth to be a bit more forgiving, plus fixed a bunch of issues which you can see right here. There are some specific PC ones like mouse movement could be choppy, but you will see that pretty much all of these fixes, including where NPCs' clothes disappearing or an issue where players will be prevented from firing weapons, have been fixed on all platforms. I know quite a few people have been commenting how their home ship could be lost, so that has also been fixed. In terms of graphics, they've actually improved the appearance of the eyes of crowd NPCs, so I know a lot of people have been having issues with this, so hopefully you don't mind the eyes of the NPCs as much. They've also optimized the initial shader compilation that occurs on startup, which from my experience is definitely faster. They've also addressed a number of materials that could sometimes present an unintended pattern under some circumstances. A bunch of issues that came about with the FOV slider have also been fixed. And now we are on to a bunch of quest fixes. So as you can see, all of these quests have had issues fixed. As you can see, they are all to do with progression with those specific quests. So if you are having issues with these quests, hopefully those have now been fixed with this update. Once you have downloaded this update, let me know down in the comment section below your thoughts on what you think of it. From my experience through testing the beta, I have to say performance has definitely improved. It's not really where I would like it to be, but it has gotten better. I haven't had those issues with quests and things like that, so that hasn't been an issue for me, but I'm interested to hearing what you have to say. The next news story is a new comment from Todd Howard that's really important in regards to how Starfield's development will continue over the course of the next few years. So he did this really cool interview with Wired, and they basically went through his entire career, and he revealed that there are currently around 250 developers still working on Starfield, which is just over half of the 450 people at that studio that Bethesda has. You would expect that most of those developers are working on the Shattered Space DLC. Of course, various other developers will be working on improvements to do with this game, as we've seen in this update. It recently gained new features like the FOV slider, DLSS, and more. We are still awaiting an improvement to the surface map, which was promised that would happen at a later date, so again, more people will be also developing improvements and updates to features like that. The next announcement on Starfield, coming from Xbox themselves, answers a question I've had in my comment section. Is Starfield going to be on sale anytime soon? And the answer is right now, because Xbox have discounted the game by 20%. So this is because the game's been out a couple of months now, and Black Friday is this week, so most games are going to be on discount. So if you do want to recommend this game to a friend that has been waiting till it drops down in price, then this is the way to go about it. If you learned something new in this video, be sure to drop a like to help support the channel. Subscribe so you don't miss any future news updates on this game. I will be covering everything that we do know when it does happen. If you missed any of my previous videos, click on the playlist on screen right now, and I shall see you in my next video. Goodbye.